It doesn't start with a bang. IT starts with a blank space, missing piece you never knew was there, until it isn't. You're half awake. Your phone buzzes. Not a text. That sharp, cutting emergency tone. You pick it up. The screen says, GPS and location services interrupted nationwide. Switch to manual navigation if traveling. You read it again. GPS interrupted. Not attacked. Not jammed. Interrupted. Like a sentence cut off mid-word. You get in your car. Turn on the map out of habit. The blue that's always been there isn't. Just a gray circle. A question mark where you used to be. You think it's a glitch. You restart the app, same gray circle. Outside, the morning looks normal. But already, 18-wheelers are pulling over to the shoulder. Not because roads are closed. Because their routing tablets just went blind. You turn on the radio. The local station is playing music. Then the DJ cuts in, his voice confused, reading from a screen. We're getting reports of widespread GPS failure. Airlines are grounding select flights. Transit authorities advise using physical maps if you're traveling long distances. You almost laugh. Physical maps. You don't own a physical map. At the airport, already, departure boards flash with delays. Not because of threats in the sky. Because modern planes don't just fly, they follow digital pathways in the air. And those pathways just dissolved. You start driving. You know your way to work. But you glance at your phone again and no traffic data. No red or green lines. No estimated arrival time. Just static. You don't realize it yet, but this is the first disappearance. Not of things. Of information. The silent grid that tells everything where to go, trucks, planes, shipments, people, has gone quiet. And without that grid, the world doesn't stop, IT just starts moving blind. You pull into the gas station. Swipe your card, IT works, this time. But the truck that refilled this station last night, it got here because a computer told it where to go. The next truck. It's sitting in a depot right now. Its driver is waiting for a route that his screen won't give him. This isn't an attack on infrastructure, it's an attack on direction, a knowing where to send things. And in a country that runs on just-in-time everything, where is the most important question? You stand there, holding the pump. And it hits you. The first thing to vanish in World War III isn't something you can hold, it's something you never held in the first place. The signal. The map. The ghost in the machine. And once it's gone, you realize how alone the modern world really is. You go to the store. Not because you're worried, because you need milk, bread, maybe some fruit. Normal things. The parking lot isn't full. There's no line at the door. But as you walk in, something feels different. The air is tense. Quiet. You grab a cart. Head to the produce section, that's when you see it. The bananas, the row is half empty. The apples, only bruised ones left, no strawberries. No spinach. No pre-cut fruit containers. Not a single avocado. You think maybe it's a late delivery, you'll just get eggs instead. But the dairy aisle tells the same story. Milk, only a few gallons left. Yogurt, picked over. The cheese section looks like it's been rationed. And the weirdest thing is, there aren't that many people here, no one is filling carts to the top, no one is panicking. It's just empty spots. Like the store itself forgot how to restock. You walk to the pharmacy counter, there's a small printed sign taped to the glass. Due to supply delays, certain medications may be temporarily unavailable. No specifics. Just unavailable. You hear the pharmacist talking low to a woman at the counter. I can't fill your insulin until tomorrow, maybe. What do you mean, maybe? I mean the shipment didn't come. And I don't know when it will. It's not the medication that's gone, it's the certainty that it will be here when you need it. You go to the bread aisle. Still plenty. Canned goods, fully stocked. Rice, pasta, bottled water, all fine. That's when you understand. They prepared for panic buying. They didn't prepare for the trucks not showing up. Because the supply chain isn't a chain, it's a conversation, constant, quiet conversation between stores and warehouses and trucks and ports. And right now, that conversation has stopped, you're in line to pay. The woman in front of you is trying to buy a bag of oranges. The cashier scans them, then stares at her screen. I'm sorry, she says. These aren't in the system anymore. What does that mean? It means the system doesn't recognize them. I can't sell them. But they're oranges. Yes, they're oranges. But in the modern world, even an orange has to be recognized by a database before you can buy it. And somewhere, that database just stopped updating. You leave the store with less than you came for, no fresh fruit, no milk. Half of what you needed. As you walk to your car, you see a delivery truck pull into the loading dock. The driver gets out, talks to a store employee. You can't hear them, but you see the employee shake his head. The driver throws his hands up. He wasn't late, he was sent to the wrong place. Because the route he was given this morning was based on data that was already dead, he wasn't delivering to a store, he was delivering yesterday's idea of where the store should be. You drive home. And it settles in your stomach, that low, quiet dread. This isn't about hoarding. This isn't about fear. This is about something much quieter and much more dangerous. The system forgot. The shelves remembered nothing. And you're left standing in a store full of food that you can't actually eat. Because in World War III, the first thing to disappear from the stores isn't what people take, it's what never arrives. You stop for gas. It's a habit. The tank is half full, but you think, better safe. You pull up to the pump, swipe your card. Declined. You try again. Declined. You check your balance on your phone. Still there. Plenty to cover it. You swipe a third time. See cashier. That's when you notice the line inside. 3 people at the counter, all holding cards, all with that same confused look. You go in. The cashier, a young guy with tired eyes, just shakes his head before you speak. Cards are down, he says. System-wide. Cash only. You don't carry cash. Almost no one does anymore. How long? Don't know. I started about an hour ago. Not just us, everywhere. Outside, a man at another pump slaps the side of the machine. He gets back in his car and drives off, on empty. This isn't a bank crash. This is something quieter. This is money that can't travel. You drive to an ATM. There's already a small crowd. 5, 6 people. Each one inserts their card, taps the screen, waits, nothing, no cash comes out, no error message. Just waiting. A woman in line says her sister texted her. Same thing downtown. Every ATM she tried. Dead. But the weird part, the screen still works. It shows the bank logo. It asks for your PIN. It just doesn't give you money. Because ATMs don't hold infinite cash. They're refilled like vending machines, on a schedule, by armored trucks that follow digital routes and security protocols that require verification. And right now, verification is a word that doesn't mean anything. You remember the cash in your glove compartment, emergency money. A 20, maybe 2. You count it, $36. For a moment, you feel rich. Then you realize, if cards don't work, cash is king. And kings are about to become very, very rare. You drive to a small grocery store, the kind that might still take cash. The sign on the door says, cash only, exact change if possible. Inside, the owner is making change from a locked metal box. I can't break hundreds, he says to a man holding a crisp bill. I just don't have that much coin. A $100 bill is useless if no one can break it. Money isn't just paper, it's a system of trust. And the system is freezing. You buy what you can, a gallon of water, some crackers. The total comes to $7. You hand over a 20, the owner counts out your change slowly. Carefully, he doesn't look at you. He's looking past you, at the line forming, he knows what's coming. When digital money stops, physical money becomes precious. And precious things get hoarded. On the way home, you pass a bank, there's no line outside. The doors are open, but inside you can see managers talking quietly to customers, hands spread in that universal, I'm sorry, gesture. They're not out of money, they're out of certainty. They can't verify balances. They can't process transfers. They can't even confirm your identity without the national databases that just went silent. You get home and try to send money to your family, through an app, through your bank's website. Each time, you get the same message, transaction delayed. Please try again later. Later. How much later? No one says. You check social media. People are posting screenshots of zero balances, not because their money is gone, but because their app can't connect to it. One person writes. It's like my money is trapped behind glass. I can see it. I just can't touch it. That's exactly it. Trapped behind glass. Frozen in a system that lost its voice. You sit at your kitchen table, your $36 in cash laid out in front of you. It feels foreign. Like an artifact. Like something from another time. And you realize, this isn't about wealth. This is about movement. Money is meant to move. To flow. To work. When it stops moving, it stops being money. It becomes paper. In World War III, the first thing to disappear from your account isn't the balance, it's the ability to use it. Because money is only money if it can go somewhere. And tonight, it's not going anywhere. You decide to go out again. Maybe find somewhere that still takes cards. Maybe just see. The street looks normal at first. Cars moving. People walking. But then you notice it. The traffic lights. They're all blinking red. Every single one. Not green, then yellow, then red. Just blink. 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 A steady, silent pulse of red in all directions. No one taught us what blinking red means. Stop. Go. Take turns. You inch forward, watching other drivers do the same. Cautious, confused, making eye contact through windshields. There's no anger. No honking. Just uncertainty. The system isn't broken. It's defaulted. And defaults don't care about rush hour. You turn on the radio, searching for traffic news. The station that usually gives updates every 10 minutes is playing soft rock. No cut-ins. No alerts. You scan. Another station. Music. Another. A pre-recorded talk show. It's as if traffic itself has ceased to be a concept worth reporting. You pass a bus stop. 3 people stand there, looking at their phones, then up the empty street. A bus was supposed to come 12 minutes ago. You know because the digital sign at the stop still says 12 minutes. Frozen. Not updating. The bus isn't late. The schedule is. You drive toward downtown. That's when you see the garbage. Not piles, not yet, but bags on the curb from yesterday, still there. Today's pickup never came. And you realize, garbage trucks don't just drive. They follow routes. Optimized routes, calculated each night by software that balances capacity, traffic, time. That software last ran yesterday. You see a city maintenance truck idling near a park. 2 workers stand beside it, one pointing at a tablet, the other shrugging. They're supposed to be fixing a street light. But the work order, the digital ticket that tells them which light, what part, what priority, never refreshed this morning. They're waiting for instructions that aren't coming. You pull over near the Civic Center. The parking meters are dark. No digital screens. No insert card prompts. Just metal poles. For a second, it feels freeing. Then you see the parking enforcement officer walking slowly down the row. He's not writing tickets. He's placing small printed notices under windshields. You roll down your window as he passes. What's going on? The meter system's down citywide, he says, not stopping. Just letting people know not to park here tomorrow if it's still out. But today, he says, almost to himself, today is a free day. A free day. Because the machines that charge us, that track us, that enforce time, they've all forgotten what time it is. You pass a major intersection where a police officer is directing traffic. Not with automated signals, with his hands. He looks tired already. Sweat on his forehead. He's making it up as he goes. And drivers are following slowly, carefully, because when a human takes over from a system, we pay attention in a way we never do for a green light. At the subway entrance, the gates are open. No one is scanning cards. People stream through, some hesitant, most just walking. A transit worker stands to the side, repeating like a mantra, "No fares today. Just board. Use caution. No fares today." Because the fare system is a network. And the network is sleeping. You head toward the edge of the city. The highway is moving, but there are no digital signs overhead showing travel times. No amber alerts, no construction warnings. Just blank signs. Empty message boards that usually tell us how fast to go, which lane to take, what to avoid. Now they say nothing. We're driving blind. Together. You take an exit near a water treatment plant. The facility looks normal. Fences, buildings, smokestacks. But there's a small sign posted outside the gate, the kind usually reserved for job announcements. It reads, "Water is safe. Monitoring on manuals. Conserve where possible." Monitoring on manuals. That means someone is watching gauges, not sensors feeding data to a cloud person. Looking at dials, writing numbers down. Like it's 1973, you finally turn for home. The sun is lower now, casting long shadows between buildings. The city isn't broken. It's paused. It's waiting for a signal to restart, for data to flow again, for the invisible layer of intelligence that tells traffic lights when to change, buses where to go, garbage trucks which street is next, for that layer to wake up. But what if it doesn't? What if this is the new normal? Not darkness, not chaos, just a city that forgot how to run itself, a city waiting for a mind that isn't coming back. And you realize, as you pull into your driveway, we didn't build cities to be smart, we built them to depend on smartness. And when that smartness vanishes, we're left with streets, buildings, pipes, wires, and silence. The kind of silence you can hear in the space where a system used to hum. You get home, lock the door. The first thing you do isn't turn on the TV, it's check your phone. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Same headlines from this morning. GPS failure widespread. Financial systems experiencing delays. No updates. No breaking news banners. Just the same words, frozen in digital amber. You refresh. Nothing. Refresh again. A spinning circle. Then the same page reloads. You switch to a major news site. The lead story is still about the initial alert, the one from 6:12 a.m. There's a timestamp, updated 4 hours ago. 4 hours. In a normal crisis, for minutes would feel ancient. You realize, the news isn't dead. It's just repeating itself. You turn on the television. A news anchor sits at a desk, leaning forward slightly. He's speaking calmly, but there's no footage behind him. No maps, no graphics, no live shots from the White House or Pentagon. Just him, against a blue backdrop, reading from a sheet of paper. "We continue to monitor the situation," he says. "Authorities are urging calm. We will bring you updates as we receive them." Then he pauses. Look down at his desk. Look back up. We now return to our earlier coverage. And the screen cuts to a segment from 3 hours ago. The same anchor, the same blue backdrop, saying nearly the same words. They're not reporting the news anymore, they're curating silence. You open social media. It's a flood of noise. Someone in Ohio posted a photo of fighter jets overhead, but the photo is blurry, dark. Could be from today. Could be from last year. Someone in Texas claims the power grid is failing in the Midwest, but offers no source. A video from someone in New York shows people lining up outside a store, but the caption says it's from this morning, and the light looks wrong. Every post feels urgent. None of it feels true, or maybe all of it is true. You can't tell anymore. The difference between fact and rumor used to be verification. Now, verification is a luxury, and luxuries are the first to disappear. You find a live stream from a ham radio operator. The audio is crackly, distant. A voice, calm, methodical, is relaying messages from what he calls the mesh network. Boston Station reports food distribution centers activating. Baltimore Station confirms National Guard movements on I-95. Atlanta Station says hospitals are on backup power. It's raw, unedited, no polish, but it's the most current information you've heard all day. Not from a news network, from a man in a basement with a radio. You listen, and it hits you. The news isn't gone, it's just decentralized. Scattered into pieces too small for television to see. And you have to assemble it yourself. You try a government website. The page loads slowly. At the top, in bold, emergency information. Below it, a single paragraph, the same message from this morning, word for word. No new instructions. No next steps. Just the same calm, careful language telling you to stay indoors and await further updates. You check the weather radar, something you do without thinking. The map loads, but the animation is frozen. The storm that was moving east this morning is still there, on the screen, hovering over Kentucky. Not moving, not updating. You realize you don't know if it's raining now. You don't know if a storm is coming. The forecast isn't a prediction anymore, it's a snapshot of the past. You put your phone down. The room is quiet. You think about how news used to work, a river of information, flowing constantly, from satellites to studios to screens to you. Always moving, always new. Now the river has dried up, what's left are puddles. Some deep, some shallow, some clear, some muddy. And you're left kneeling beside them, trying to drink from whichever one hasn't evaporated yet. You remember something from years ago, your grandfather talking about how, during a blackout, everyone would gather around a battery-powered radio. The news would come on at the top of the hour. 5 minutes of updates. Then silence for 55 minutes. You'd wait, you'd listen. And you'd believe what you heard, because there was only one voice. Now there are a million voices. And in the chaos, you can't hear a single one clearly. The sun has set. Outside, the world is dark. Inside, your screen glows, showing you the same words it showed you this morning. The news isn't new anymore, it's an echo. And you're alone in the silence between repeats. It's dark now. You light a candle, not for ambience, but because the power flickered off 20 minutes ago and hasn't come back. The quiet is different than before. It's not peaceful. It's waiting. Your phone battery is at 18%. You've stopped checking it. There's nothing new to see anyway. Then, a knock at the door. Not loud. Not urgent. 2 soft taps. You freeze. No one knocks anymore. Not unannounced. Not after dark. You move to the window, peer through the blinds. It's your neighbor from 2 doors down, Mark. He's holding a flashlight, pointed at the ground. He looks normal. Tired, but normal. You open the door. "Hey," he says, voice low. "Sorry to bother you. Our block's Wi-Fi is down, but I've got a ham radio working in my garage. Picking up some traffic. Thought you might want to listen." You just stare for a second. Mark. You know his name. You've waved. You've never had a full conversation. Now he's standing in your doorway offering you a radio signal like it's a cup of sugar. "Yeah," you say. "Yeah, I'll come." His garage is warm. A small generator hums in the corner, not powering much, just the radio and a lamp. His workbench is covered in equipment, radios, wires, a notepad filled with handwriting. You hear voices coming from a speaker, crackly, overlapping, but clear. The water station on Elm is still flowing, but pressure's low. "Copy that. We've got a nurse on Beach Street if anyone needs insulin." Kids are safe at the elementary school. Parents, stay put. They're warm and fed. It's not a broadcast. It's a conversation. Neighbors talking to neighbors. Not through screens. Through air. Mark hands you a headset. "That's the neighborhood net," he says. "We set it up an hour ago. There's a guy over on Pine who's a retired lineman. He's keeping an eye on the substation. A woman on Oak is a pharmacist. She's cataloging meds people have spared. We're making a list. A list. Not of what's gone, of what's left. And who knows how to use it." You listen. A voice, an older woman, comes on. "I've got extra blankets if anyone's cold. I'm at 421 Maple." Another voice, younger. "I can walk dogs if people are stuck. I've got a leash and I'm not scared of the dark." A man's voice, calm. "Generator here on Ash. Can charge phones and small devices. Bring your own cord." No one is in charge, no one is giving orders, they're just offering. And in the offering, something shifts. The isolation cracks. Mark shows you a map taped to the wall, a printed street map of the neighborhood, the kind realtors give out. It's marked with circles, initials, and notes in pen. Green means they have something to share, he says. Blue means they need something. Red means, just check in on them. You look at the map. Your street. Your block. You see your house. Next to it, Mark has written, flashlights, water, knows first aid. He's mapped you, he knew what you had before you did. You hear a new voice on the radio, a girl, maybe 12, her voice thin but clear. My mom's blood sugar is low. We don't have her test strips. Can anyone help? Silence for 3 seconds. Then a man's voice, rough but gentle. Address, honey. I've got extras. I'll bring them. She gives the street. I'm on my way, he says, no questions. Oh, what's your insurance? No, I'll be there in 3 to 5 business days. I have. You need it. I'm coming. You step outside Mark's garage for a moment. The night is cold and dark in a way you've never seen. No street lights, no porch lights, no glow from windows. Just stars. More than you remember existing. Down the street, you see a flicker of light, a flashlight beam moving steadily. Then another, crossing it. People walking. Not running. Walking. Purposefully, they're not looting, they're delivering. They're checking. They're connecting. The digital network is down. The human network is lighting up 0.1 flashlight at a time. You go back inside. Mark is writing in his notebook. He looks up. Do you have any skills? He asks. Anything people might need? You think. You're not a nurse. Not a mechanic. Not a farmer. I can cook, you say. And I'm good at organizing things. He smiles. Actually smiles. That's everything, he says. We're setting up a community pot at the park shelter tomorrow. You're in charge of making sure people get fed without waste. Can you do that? You nod. You're not just listening anymore, you're on the list. Before you leave, Mark hands you a small handheld radio. Keep this on channel 4, he says. Batteries should last a week. If you need something, say it. If you hear someone else need something, and you have it, say that too. You walk home in the dark, the radio light a soft green glow in your hand. Your phone is dead now, but you're not disconnected, you're rewired. In the silence left by the world that vanished, a new world is speaking. Not in headlines, not in alerts and voices, in the dark, saying the oldest words there are. I'm here. Are you? Morning comes, not with sirens or alerts, but with the smell of wood smoke. Someone has lit a fire in the park pit. People are gathering, not in panic, but quietly, slowly. Carrying pots, blankets, tools, a woman is organizing a food line, her voice steady as she directs. Take only what you need. There will be enough. You stand there, holding the radio Mark gave you. It's quiet now, but the light is still on. Still connected. You walk to the edge of the park and look back toward your street. Oh, lights are on, no cars are moving. But there are people, everywhere. Talking. Sharing. Repairing. A teenager is helping an older man carry water. 2 neighbors are rigging a solar panel to charge batteries. No one is in charge. Everyone is helping. The systems didn't come back. But we did. You realize, standing there in the cold morning air, the first thing to disappear in World War III wasn't what we thought. It was the illusion that we needed the systems more than we needed each other. We thought we'd lose power, money, and information. And we did. But underneath, something remained, something older. The instinct to gather. The courage to share. The humility to ask. The will to look a stranger in the eye and say, I've got you. The war hasn't ended. The alerts may never return. The lights may stay off. But this quiet, stubborn human network, it won't break. Because it was here before the satellites. Before the internet. Before the grids. It was here all along, we just forgot to listen. Until the silence reminded us.